Katie Ruppert is a multi-passionate being who is committed to trusting and following her energy wherever it takes her and flowing with the energy she has to work with today. A common thread between her role as a coach and leader with Pampered Chef, a yoga instructor, and a mindset coach is that the hustle, pressure, and push that the world projects on us and asks us to adhere to is not the way we were designed to live and connect in our world. Katie, we're delighted to hear it's all about the climb from you, and we welcome you to the Bree Talk stage.
Thanks. Keep the faith, baby. I am honored to be the leader of a team called Climb. I decided on that name from a song that I've always been inspired by. Thank you to Hannah Montana. I've never been one to give up. I was raised with the message that hard work, it's the way to get what you want. And so it was. I learned to strive, practice, compete, push, hustle, always putting on my best face and my best foot forward, no matter what it took. In 2011, I was an overworked, overcommitted mom at the intersection of stress and overwhelm. And I remember one night eating fast food in front of the TV with my husband and saying something along the lines of, before too long, we should probably eat at the dining room table and at least one of us should learn how to cook. And not long after, I was invited to an in-home network marketing party called Pampered Chef. They specialize in cooking tools that support saving time and money in the kitchen. I jumped right into the role of consultant. And I did what I knew how to do, climb, be the best. And looking back on 13 years as a leader, as a coach, I can say with all of my heart that it's been a life-changing personal growth opportunity that's illuminated who I am in so many ways. And just like all of life, there are many times when the hardships teach us more than the successes. And the story that I want to share with you today is one life lesson that I haven't quite put the wrapping and the ribbons and the bows on just yet. It's the one I'm still in the middle of learning today. Life is up and down, and not all ups and downs are what it's all about, but more about exposing who we want to be. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make, it feels lost without direction. After growing my business into a leadership role and taking the big leap to quit my full-time job and give all my effort to Pampered Chef as a business, I stifled down this inner narrative of negative self-talk. I stifled my insecurities, my emotions, and I pushed harder than ever to keep climbing and keep growing and make this team what it was meant to be. I thought my vision was so clear. Fake it till you make it, Katie. Work harder, faster, stronger. Don't stop. I even threw in my identity into the role. And from 2013 to 2020, I climbed that mountain without looking back. And I found myself at the top of the career plan, getting all the external recognition that I thought I could only dream about getting. But what does one do at the top of a mountain? I'll never forget my turning point, a fully embodied awareness. One day in 2021, I came down the stairs from my home office, proud of myself for shutting down the computer before dark, with the expectation of connecting with my family. And I noticed my son was off laughing and playing games with his friends. My daughter was out in the cul-de-sac riding bikes and enjoying time with the neighbors. And my husband was engrossed in his game downstairs too. I realized I was alone. The kids no longer were demanding my attention. Mom, look at this. Mom, look at that. Maybe they'd figured out that it was best not to bother mom while she was working. And I was left with, do I clean the house? Or I guess I could go back to work. I didn't have anything in that moment that seemed valuable or enough to contribute just for me. All I felt in that moment was my value is from my work and from making more money. And I realized there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. There's always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. It ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. So what now? I made a decision in that moment, though I didn't know what it would take, that I was going to stop running, stop pushing, stop striving, and start to figure out who I was. Outside of my contribution and proving to others, who am I? And I can look back now and know that I thought all I had to offer was what I do, and that the only way to know my worth is that someone else would tell me my value. Now, I believe that God created us with depth, spirit, emotions, and He gave us all gifts that we can share to support and thrive in a collective, in a community. And I believe that every one of us is valuable and worthy just because we exist. And my climb since that turning point has included taking that learned thirst for knowledge and that innate need to grow and find what more I have to give. And I reinvested that energy into myself to fill up my cup so that I could pour my abundance from overflow. I believe now that the most important thing that I contribute to the world is knowing who I am, and that taking care of myself, knowing myself, and finding the gifts that were given to me to serve others. The only way that we can show up authentically and help others is by first knowing all of that about ourselves. And I love the analogy of a tool belt. So though I've never worn a tool belt for construction physically, as I learn, I'm adding tools to my belt to face life with, to inspire others. And even though I am in the messy middle of this life lesson, and I've not reached the proverbial other side, I do see the glimpses of flourishing, of being on the right path. And that is my faith. Here's the paradox. The work that I'm doing now, the inner healing, the acknowledging my worth for love and who I am is just there innately. I still have so much that resilience, that effort. It might even be more than what I was putting in to climb my career plan ladder. In fact, the struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes they knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments I'm gonna remember most. And I gotta keep going, and I've gotta be strong, and I'll just keep pushing on. And some of the tools that I've explored for my proverbial tool belt are life coaching, yoga, the Enneagram, my current favorite, human design, countless books and exposure to people that are smarter than me. And I've even put in boundaries for my work and set the new goal to inspire others to take just one right step. And more than anything, to work with the energy that I have today, to take the breaks, to push forward with that new perspective of I matter, you matter. And so currently, I'm passionate about working with motivated women who know that they're meant for more than the roles that they play, be it mom or spouse, professional. And so if you would like to start this journey, this climb, and explore some practical tools that you can add to your tool belt, I want to let you know that I've got this website and you can schedule a free discovery call with me to do just that. And no matter where you are in your journey, remember that it's worth it to keep the faith, baby. Thanks.